one night after she'd been lifting something, she just said to me, have a look at my hand's swollen, my arm's getting a little bit swollen, I've got lymphedema. And it's something that she always worried about, because even to the into the thought that she thought that lymphedema was worse than actually the breast cancer itself, because it affected her, the whole purpose of her. She couldn't just put any clothes on, she couldn't get the sleeve over, she had to react to everything else. And so she was really, really down at that time. Not being able to just go in a shop and get a dress, you have to look at the size of the sleeves, and we weren't aware at that time the sort of treatment and the machines that could help, and the sleeves that could help. We weren't aware of that at the time, so it seemed like a very black hole that we were in at that moment, until obviously we found out a lot more about everything. Now, obviously she drops William off at school on the bus and that, and she doesn't have to. She can plan it in between. She's got her beloved dogs on the bed or wherever she does it now, and it fits in with almost like with the family life, rather than having to be somewhere at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for an hour. And it's such more convenient, and also I think the equipment itself is good as well. It's it feels good, and you can see a difference. It's amazing how many people aren't aware of what you can do to help yourself. And I've just been up in Dunoon, and I have some people up there who've had it, and I'm actually sponsoring the lymphedema. They've just had a run at the weekend to raise money for Cancer Aware, but also to bring it more to the front about lymphedema, because there's quite a few people up there. They're almost having a club up there just to talk to each other, because it's something that GPs and that, unless you know somebody that's got it, you don't really realise how many people are affected by this. And when you're there, when you do have somebody, you realise it's quite a common thing now, but it's just not something that brings the publicity, really. That it's not as severe, obviously, as breast cancer, but the symptoms and the mental strain that it can put a woman under, I feel is just as important to have somebody to talk to, that knows what they're talking about.